Most people automate to save time, but smart people automate only when the process deserves the automation. Let's understand how and why. Now, let's say your team spends 45 minutes every day updating the lead status here, clearing those duplicates, and preparing a follow up report before you go and present it to your manager. Now, the instinct is to automate this process, but pause. Before automation, ask yourself these three important questions. How often does this happen? How much time does it take? And first of all, and main point, how risky are the errors that are occurring in the process? Absolutely. Frequency, time, and the error risk. The product of these decide if the process is worth of automation or not. Frequency decide how often does this task happen that you have to conduct and do every time. Time shows how long does it take, or rather how much time is it consuming from your everyday routine. And the error risk denotes what happens if it goes wrong. If you are updating one status wrong, the entire story about a lead can go wrong. Automation is justified only when the savings in time, the rework, and the errors are greater than the cost of building and maintaining this automation. Now just imagine this. You are a sales manager handling suppose 5 team members. Every evening your boss asks you just one question. How many leads came in today? How many were followed up? And how many are still pending? Now what do? Are you going to go back to your team, ask the status every day? Or rather, it would be better if you have the status updated automatically. What would you choose? And also think about the risk of errors. Now, your first step will be to go to your team every day in the evening, let's say 6 p.m., and you are now opening the Excel, copying the data, or rather making them copy the data from WhatsApp, CRM, the forms, wherever they have collected the data, clean the duplicates, check who have followed up, count the pending leads, and make a small summary from the dashboard that you have. Now, this is going to consume almost half an hour from your team daily. But this is also an important task. Now, that seemed a perfect case for automation, isn't it? But wait, before going for automating any process then and there, first check if the process deserves that automation or not. Then, what you have to do is just do this. Now what we are going to do is, we are not going to just guess and tell that the process is apt for automation. We are going to judge the process like a real ops manager and then send it for automating. So let's go. So first what we are doing is, we are going to check three things here. We are going to check first of all the frequency. For example, we have 5 working days and these kind of data needs to be updated to your team almost daily. So the frequency is 5 out of 5. And then comes the time. How much time does it take? As we have calculated, overall process almost takes 35 to 40 minutes daily from your team's time. So let's just note that down. Daily. And the next thing is the error risk. If there's one single miss, there can be a lot of errors occurring. There can be missed leads, wrong report sent to your boss, or rather a wrong follow-up mail or follow-up message sent to a wrong lead. That's a high prone error. So let's just rate it 5 out of 5. Because if we are doing it every day, there are risks involved in the process. So what happens now is, this is also high, this is also high, and 35 to 40 minutes daily from your routine is nowhere less. So now we can decide that this process deserves automation because the rate is higher. If it would have been 2 out of 5, 10 minutes, and error risk is also gone, then you can definitely say that it's not worth automation. Now, when you have decided, let's move forward. Now the next step is that we have understood first that we are not automating anything just because it has a messed up data set. We are first checking whether the task deserves automation, and if the task is frequent, time consuming, and risky at the same time, then it becomes a good automation candidate. So Excel structured it, AI is going to interpret it, and automation is going to now scale this. Let's now move forward into the next layer of this work. Now what we are doing is, we are letting Excel structure the chaos here. So let's now understand if there's any duplicate in this data set. So we are going to first clean this data set into a better version of this. So let's do that. So now first we are going to check if there are any duplicates, specifically in the name and contact, because same person's data can be repeatedly taken by another team member of the same team. So we are not aware about that. And if that happens, then a same person will be followed up multiple times, which is a shame. So let's do this. We are just going to highlight the contact and the name to find out how many are repeated. So we will just come here and highlight as we have learned in our previous video. The previous video link is in the description for your reference, where we have learned about how to highlight and remove the duplicates. So I'm just highlighting and I can find there are multiple duplicates actually, where the same person's name is repeated or the same number is repeated, and wherever the same number is repeated, definitely it's the same person. It has to be. For example, let's just check by the same name. Is John Lee, and it's again John Lee, it's again John Lee. So okay, that's how that we have come to a conclusion. So let's just now select the entire database and then just press Alt Shift A plus M to now remove those duplicates. So we are going to unselect all and just select the lead name and contact, because based on this we are just segregating out the duplicates. So let's just click on OK. So 16 duplicates value were found and 29 are unique and remaining. So this looks good. I don't want this here again. My job is done with the duplicate highlighting, and names can be repeated. That's not a problem unless it was the same person being repeated. And then we will have a clean dashboard with all the respective data that are very much needed in any dashboard to be present. But what's the next step? How to save time while doing this? Let's learn that now. Excel can organize the chaos, but AI is the one who can understand this. So now that we have done all the work, I'm just going to upload this Excel sheet, or rather, I will just simply copy and paste the data into an AI platform. So today we are using Claude for variation, and I'm going to write a very simple prompt to get a very structured output from there. So let's do that. So here I have this prompt ready, and I'm going to upload the data above this. So let's just separate, and we are going to upload the entire data. So I'm just going to copy all of this data and paste it here. Great, we have done it. And I'm going to write, this is my messy sales data set. You are a sales analyst. I have a data set of leads and all the details that are present in this actually sheet details. I have just written all of it, and I have also mentioned what are the outputs I want from it. So I have mentioned what are the things I need from you, the recommendations to improve the conversations, the risk or the missed opportunities, the top 3 patterns to observe, any delay in follow-up, and also I said to keep the output very simple. So what are the things you need? Just list them down and then give this as a prompt. So there's not a specific format that I have followed right now, but if there's a specific framework that you follow, it will be much better. But that also depends on the situation or on the type of work you're doing. But every time try to keep your prompt as structured as possible, and for that you can follow the crafting framework that I have already covered in my last video. You can just refer to that for understanding how to make a framework and follow that. All right, so while we were just discussing, I have this full analysis ready. I have the category mapping. That's insane. With the original remark, it has also categorized if the candidate is interested or not, we should call back or not, what are the exact situations. Let's move forward, and that's brilliant. It has given me the visual summary, the total leads, the callback, interested. So if you remember, we used to create such kind of a dashboards in Excel, and that is still important these days. You can create those on Power BI, on Excel as well, but if you do not have time and if it's a repetitive process, then you can definitely take it to Claude and you will get such a mesmerizing report. So I have this total lead, callback, interested, all the divisions, the category breakdown in the graphical format. That's amazing actually. In one go, the entire description of what has happened in the last few days will be given to your boss, and then the key patterns and the risk have been noted down. Again, the patterns, the follow-up delays, the missed opportunities, brilliantly catched, I would say. The risk, so status fields are inconsistent, hence the risks are more. So this is one of the things that is there, and that is why we have planned to automate it, right? So the recommendation has also been given. So if you are lagging behind, or if you're thinking what I should do, you also have the recommendation of, who is the hot lead, whom you should target next, and then the summary of the findings. So you don't have to push around yourself and understand how much time I should put around each of the lead, or rather how much time it takes to go through this sheet and then summarize and create a report. You are getting all of this from Claude itself. So a lot of time is being saved from your daily task right now. Now that we have understood that dashboard is not just a number, but it carries a lot of important insight that gives you a total understanding of what's going on, let's not just play with the data, let's use AI to draw a very good dashboard or understand what is happening within the team, or rather with the leads of the team. And as you can see here, with a very simple prompt, I have created this entire automated dashboard that is showcasing all the details that I wanted to showcase to my manager. And this is definitely going to set you apart in your team. So it has all the definite numbers of details that were present in my sheet in the form of messed up data, which is now carried in such a beautiful way. The pipeline funnel, it showcases how many are interested, how many have to be called back of the data, and then the lead source versus the status. Okay, the source and then the status, and it is also reflecting in real time about the details like how many are interested out of the number of referrals, how many are from the forms who have not responded, how many has to be called back but have come from WhatsApp. So that's great. It's also reflecting the number of leads from each of the sources. And now I have the geographic breakdown also. All right. So from India, we have 17, from USA, we have 5, and then the numbers, and then the source mix by the country. So now all the mixed data are present with respect to the country. So this is wonderful. At just one glance, your manager can understand what is the data speaking. And that is what you needed, right? So this is where actually you needed automation, and it really did a good job automating a lot of things for you. So the attention required are in these places. These have also been highlighted. The alerts for your boss have been highlighted. So now, rather than going through the whole sheet and understanding nothing, it's better if you have all these insights and points noted down for your boss so that he can go through it and you can have a fruitful discussion than wasting the time discussing nothing. So this is how you can also create your own dashboard with the help of a very smart prompt. And if you just need this prompt, then let me know in the comments. Comment prompt and I will create a separate video showcasing what is the exact structured prompt that I'm following, which framework I am following to get such kind of a response from Claude. Here, automation did not fix the problem. The understanding of the data and your understanding of your data and when it has to be automated gave you the best decision and the best solution at the same time. So if your sales dashboard is built on messy data or logic, automation is not going to save you. It is just going to scale your mistakes. So always remember, frequency into time into error risk gives you the understanding of if your process needs automation or not. And if it is high, you need to automate. And if it's not, then you just have to fix your process first and then automate later if needed. And if this video was helpful for you, then don't forget to subscribe and follow for more such videos and insights.